We work with the Office of Faith as a group of pastors around the nation, looking to bring solutions to some of the things that are plaguing our nation. We want to be able to bring solutions to the table, to help our communities, whether it be the Black community, Hispanic, white, it doesn't matter. But we want to be able to work collectively and collaboratively so that we're all doing it together. So that's what's going on here today. I see the same aspects working together, unity. So yeah, religious freedom is at the top. Yeah.
That's a very, very high topic, and all of the time it's so much important. So we understand if we will not have a religious freedom, then we're gonna have like totalitarian regime, right? No democracy, there are no human rights, like nothing. So how much is that important to protect religious freedom?
From a Christian perspective, I can honestly say that I don't want to be deterred. I don't want to be persecuted just because of my faith, because of my beliefs. I want to be able to pray if I want to pray. I want to be able to read my Bible if I want to do that. Of course, all in the right places. If I'm at work, I gotta work. But I'm just saying to be ostracized or to be picked on, I call it picked out to be picked on just because of what I believe. I think religious freedom is right at the top because it entails everything else. Because my core values is what I take with me everywhere. It doesn't matter in the workplace, in the marketplace, in business, of course, in ministry, being a pastor for 24 years. Everywhere I go, there I am. So in politics, in government, it doesn't matter. In media, in entertainment, it doesn't matter. We are who we are at the core. If the core is under attack, think about this. As a Christian, if the core is under attack, that means now I'm hiding. I'm afraid to speak out. I'm afraid to give my opinion based upon my values. And now it does something to me. That's like sometimes we call it suppression, but that it can become depression if I allow that outward pressure to keep pressing on me and I don't push back. So we're left with an ultimatum. Do I be silent or do I speak out? That's the choice we have to make. I'm so glad that we're in a nation right now that recognizes we're working with Pastor Paula White-Cain, the Office of Faith. And that office is for religious freedom for anyone. Okay, so we're not bottlenecking and saying these are the only religions that we want free. America affords the opportunity for every individual to worship the God of their choice. That's just the best way I can say it. Let's just make it across the board that if you want to have religious freedom in America, then the opportunity is here. We pray that it will be that way in other countries. And I know, obviously, it's not. In some countries, religious freedom is like, oh my God, is far in between, rare. So my prayer as an apostle of the faith and a pastor has a congregation that we spread this type of message so that everyone everywhere can experience what we have here in America.
Thank you very much. And maybe a couple of more words to the viewers, particularly to the people really across the world. A lot of people are just like, it doesn't concern me or whatever. And they just go, they just
Right.
pass. But how to explain people that you have to know about that and you have to also speak about this as well, right? It is concern you. And that's a foundation that should be the religious freedom like worldwide. So how else to explain it to people so they themselves understand how much is that important?
Well, I can say from a perspective of what Christ taught, he said to go out into all the world and teach all nations. That means make disciples and be able to teach them to observe the things that he has taught, and he'll be with us. Just think about it. If one particular culture or religion is said you cannot share, you're next. It's up to us individually to say we need to find a way to be one. And so that's a kingdom message, though. That goes way beyond religion. That's a kingdom message where Christ came and he says, whosoever let him come. He would be able to take away that burden, the burden of being, as in America, we have a saying, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Where I think God is just not, he didn't want that just for one particular country. I believe the whole earth deserves a understanding that we are all connected, and we should find out what that connection is. And I believe it's through our Creator, that God intended for us through one man, Adam. He created, it says in Acts chapter 17, one blood. Through one blood, he created all nations. So wait a minute. If it started with one man, when are we going to get back to that understanding that we all are related in some form or fashion? And I think what's happening now, because of the persecution and the wars going on, that ultimately there is the ultimate man of peace that will show up one day. We call it the second coming of Christ. And he will, as we have kept our faith, so I'm not saying be lazy until Christ comes, but as we have kept our faith, he will create that new heavens and that new earth where all of us will be together forever as one.
Thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you for your ministry. Thank you for serving. Thank you for, doing everything possible to really protect religious freedom. That's for sure vital. And thank you so much for speaking up and also giving a message to our audience as well.
Yeah.
So thank you
You're
so much.
welcome. You're welcome.